My father was a musician in Stalingrad. During the German occupation, the sound of his violin filled the air with magnificent music. Korsakov, Stasov, many of the great nationalist composers. To my countrymen, it was a symbol of hope. To the Germans, it was a symbol of defiance. Even now, his music still haunts me. The Nazis slit his throat while he slept. Collaborating with any Nazi is a betrayal against all of Mother Russia. Dragovich, Krashenko were not troubled by such matters. They look only to advance their own interests and agendas.
Everything is loaded. They are waiting.
Victor, it is time.
Yes, Dmitri. Time to hunt down the last remnants of the fascist Reich.
Nevsky, grab the gear. We are moving out.
The men and I have fought through the most bitter of winters on the Eastern Front. We were no strangers to cold, but even now, the blood in my veins chills when I think back to the events of that day.
Ah, the hero of Berlin graces us with his presence. Have you not tired of battle, Reznov?
As long as Mother Russia has enemies, I will answer her call.
Put aside your petty rivalry, Kravchenko. Captain Reznov will do as he is told. We are here for one German, and one German only. Dr. Friedrich Steiner. This man has offered his cooperation to our cause. He is not to be harmed. Disobey this order, and you will be shot.
What happened in Stalingrad between you and Dragovich?
When the German occupation began, he and his lapdog, Krachenko, left my men and I hopelessly outnumbered. Promises of reinforcements were made, but not kept. Dragovich and Krachenko are opportunists, manipulators. They are not to be trusted, Dmitri.
Dmitri Petrenko was one of the bravest men I have ever known. He fought by my side from the siege of Stalingrad to the fall of Berlin. The wounds he sustained, ensuring our victory, should have earned him a hero's welcome to Russia. But Stalin had little need for heroes.
The German must not be harmed. We need Steiner alive. Now move, both of you.
Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Call of Duty Black Ops. This level is heavily cinematic and I'm only going to cover part of it, and the second part of the actual gameplay I'm going to let just speak for itself. It's a lot of story and it's kind of punctuated by only really this small section, and it's still fairly long, of actual gameplay, and I'm just going to let it speak for itself basically. I do want to mention that we're 2 flashbacks deep, which is a Call of Duty record, and this game was also partially written by David Goyer, who helped the Nolan brothers write the Dark Knight movies and parts of Inception, I believe. So he might be borrowing from himself on this one. Yeah, Inception joke. Deal with it. So this level is interesting. It's, it's a flashback, but all the guns are unique. Almost all the assets are unique to the game in this one section, and the gimmick's unique too. And I don't know if you picked up on this, but Call of Duty games always have gimmicks in almost every level. You'll see what the one in here is. It's not super exciting, but it doesn't make a comeback anytime in the game, I don't think. So, anyways, as you'll notice, I'm going to try almost every single one of the Call of Duty World War II weapons here. These were all in World at War at different points, and I think this game may or may not have started out as a direct sequel to World at War or a follow-up or something like that, and that's why these guns are in the game in the first place, but I could be completely wrong on that. I actually like a lot of these guns, and I like this level. It's a good story level. Also, it lets me demonstrate that you can just fire on your allies like a crazy person and not get called on it anymore, which is great. But, you know, the guns are all unique. It's really nice to use something that's a little different than what we normally have. And there's not a huge variety of weapons, but for a Call of Duty weapon, having 6 or 7 different guns is kind of impressive. One thing is that the hit detection is a little weird in this level, and there's times where I'll fire straight on somebody in this, and you'll see it later on, and I will completely miss them somehow. Don't ask me how that works. But the other reason I kind of like this level is it feels like the training mission / first level of the Call of Duty 2 campaign for Russia. Where you start off kind of fighting in a bit of a field, then you kind of switch to streets, and you finally start doing building-to-building fighting in the next level. It reminds me a lot of that, and I have fond memories of Call of Duty 2, so I'm kind of a sucker for that, I guess. But your invincible friend in this level is, man, I don't want to do Russian names. I can't do those well. Prechko, whatever. Dmitri. He's your character from World at War, and it's kind of like the soap moment from Modern Warfare 2, where you see the character you played as before. You only cover the Russian campaign. So this is the gimmick for the level I was talking about, and that is throwing mortars and kind of clearing out enemies. Now you can do this completely without mortars, and you might have to if you fuck up where you throw these things, because if you throw them inside, as you'll see in a moment, the mortar team won't shoot, and you actually run out of them. You'll actually see me run out of them in both sections where you have to use them, actually, now I think about it. So, Reznov takes a rocket to the face here. I've only watched this thing about 40 times, so I knew that was coming. But overall, what your goal here is to hit these buildings with mortars so people don't respawn in them. And when I was playing, I did that on purpose because I remembered they wouldn't shoot unless they could see the marker. So you can, if you throw that under the bridge there that's already been destroyed or something like that, sometimes the marker won't show up. Sometimes if it's too close to a building, the game will decide that the marker wasn't correct and it won't show up. And you can basically knock out your entire supply of mortar strikes with that. Mortars are a little bit better here than they are in the multiplayer section of the game, in that they don't completely suck. But in that you can actually target them with your cell phone to call mom, who's going to drop some mortars for you. I gotta stop calling that to people who don't know that one. Anyways, in this section, this is pretty much the finisher section for the level up ahead. It's getting through this and you're done. And Prechko shows that he is the door opener for this level. And this section isn't overly hard. It's actually, I think the first time we're going to pick up a sniper rifle is in this level. You could do it with, in Kowloon, you could pick up a PSG-1 or you could pick up a Dragunov. But for this LP, this is the first time you'll be seeing a sniper rifle is up ahead. I'm not great with them, which is part of the reason why I won't pick up too many throughout the game unless I really have to. I don't know what it is. I've never been a really good Call of Duty sniper, and it always kind of frustrates me when your character is a sniper of some description every level or every game. So we're about to see some awesome sniping skills. I'm part of an elite quickscoping crew, and you know, I'll just take out these guys. Now, with sniper rifles in Call of Duty games, for those of you who have not played a Call of Duty game, they're basically one-hit kills above the waist, and they're basically used by people who, in campaign mode, they're used for. It's like a form of gating. You know, you need to get allies to move ahead, so you're going to sit back and snipe. But in multiplayer, they're used by people who really want easy one-hit kills, and they put together crappy montages set to shitty metal music. But that's neither here nor there. I gotta say though that overall, I miss the fact that some of these guns didn't make it into multiplayer. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say after the fact that everyone kind of rejoiced that they left the World War II era with this game, but I feel like the MP40 and the STG 44 had a place in Call of Duty multiplayer this time around. There's secret weapons for all the major categories, and then again for pistols. And I feel like if the secret weapons were World War II era guns instead of guns you see in the campaign, campaign modern times, the 1960s, it'd probably be a pretty cool thing. Make it hard to get them, I guess, but that I'd be okay with it. But instead, they're just used for this one section, and this level gets used for discovery in Call of Duty multiplayer, and that's about as far as they go. And I feel like there's kind of there's a lot of assets here, and there's a lot of value to be considered in the World War II guns, even making a cameo appearance in multiplayer. But they don't, and I can't complain about that too much. I mean, the game already had balance issues. So we're almost to the end of this, and I'm going to pretty much stop talking after this section that's coming up, simply because I don't think I'm going to add much. It's almost all story from here, and there's a short section of shooting that I'm going to be silent for as well. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'm sorry this took as long as it did to put up, but the next level shouldn't take too long. Bye now.
Frederick Stein.
Do not point that weapon at me, Russian dog!
You will take me to Dragovich.
As I looked into the German's eyes, I saw all the evil of the fascist Reich still burning strong. At that moment, every fiber of my being yearned to put an end to his wretched life. But I was a soldier then. I still believed in orders.
Reznov, bring your men!
What is here that is so important?
General Dragovich wishes to make a name for himself. He believes this outpost houses something of great value to the motherland.
Dragovich and Steiner are talking like old friends. I do not like this, Reznov.
No,
Must
I-
hurry! There are Germans who would sooner see it destroyed than captured.
You assured me there would be no problems.
I cannot control the actions of the SS, General Dragovich. They are sworn to defend the Reich till their last breath.
Noble, but futile. Kravchenko, finish up here.
Reznov, you and your men will lead the way. Yes, sir! Petrenko, Vikarev, Nevsky, Volov! We are moving out! Steiner, tell me more about your association with the Giftiger Stern project.
In 43, the Fuhrer realized the Allies could not be held back for much longer. We began to look for more unconventional solutions. Throughout the war, my own research was focused on chemical weapons. It was meticulous and frustrating work. However, what we finally developed was a weapon more effective than we had ever dared to imagine. The weapon now housed within this vessel.
Nova 6. However, however effective your Nervo 6 chemical may be, you still had to find a way to unleash it.
Long-range V2 rockets to be launched from this outpost. The targets were command and control centers. Washington, D.C. was our first target. Then Moscow.
Ambitious and commendable,
But we were too late. The British were upon us and their bombers crippled the ship. Locked in the ice, we tried to salvage what we could, but it was too late. Germany had surrendered, and a Russian flag flew over Berlin. The SS had orders to destroy the ship if we were attacked.
Clearly, they failed. The explosives were never activated.
This is it.
Reznov, open the door.
We had found what we were looking for. Nova 6. The German weapon of mass destruction now belonged to Mother Russia. Or so it seemed. Our victory was to be short-lived. Dragovich wanted to see the effects of the poison firsthand. It was also an opportunity to remove a thorn in his side. I had long known of their distrust. What kind of men they were. It was a betrayal I should have foreseen. Dmitri Petrенko was a hero. He deserved a hero's death. Instead of giving his life for the glory of the motherland, he died for nothing. Like an animal. He should have died in Berlin. As I watched my closest friend die, it became clear we were not the only ones seeking the German weapons. The Western allies circled like vultures. Of course, Dragovich, Krashenko, and Steiner scattered like rats, leaving me to contend with the British.
British commandos assaulting our positions!
Find our way out! Get a medic up here! I will add the explosives! We will plunge this vessel into the depths of hell. We cannot let either side possess this terrible weapon.
destroyed the Novice 6 shipment and prevented it from falling into the hands of the British. But I was a fool to think that the threat was over. It was only after I was captured and sent to Vokuder that I learned of Dragovich's true intentions. He will die before he gives up on Novice 6. Mason, listen to me. We are running out of time, my friend. Can you trust your leaders to destroy it? Or do you think they will use it? The flag may be different, but the methods are the same. They will use you as they used me. You must decide. Decide what you think is worth fighting for. Dragovich, Kravchenko, Stein. These men must die.
Hudson's mission at Kowloon was accomplished. He had discovered Dragovich's endgame, Nova 6. A nerve toxin so deadly that if exposed, you'd be dead before you hit the floor.
Dragovich's weapon.
Go back to Vietnam, Mason. Was Victor Reznov still with you after you escaped from the MACD compound?
Reznov was with me the whole time.
Are you sure?
North. We went north. Viet Cong. We were shut down, and Reznov even survived that. Dragovich's lapdog Kravchenko was there. He knew we were coming.